Hello everybody, Lurgs here, welcome to my channel, and today it's the Mountfield Petrol Lawnmower and how to fit a new cable fixing block. I've not been able to use this lawnmower since the cable fixing block broke on this, and Daisy's not going to be happy if the grass gets too long. But before we get started, let's have a lovely cup of tea. And then I'll show you what broke and how I replaced it. This is the Mountfield Petrol Lawnmower here, and this is the cable mounting block here, and you can see that it's snapped in half. Now these are under a lot of pressure with the cables. It's not a very good design. And with that broken, all the cables are completely floppy and you cannot start it or run the lawnmower. So it's literally just snapped in half, and I'm not surprised because plastic gets brittle after time and there's a lot of pressure on this. And this is how it should work, with the cables slotted into those grooves there. And that allows you then to pull the levers on the back of the lawnmower and pull those cables to do the throttle and the drivetrain. Right, let's get a new one ordered, and I've ordered one off a well-known auction site. And what you're going to need today is a 10mm spanner and a Phillips screwdriver. First of all, you just need to remove this nut off of the bolt. So put your screwdriver in one side and undo the bolt on this side. Once it starts coming loose, you can just use your fingers. That's off there. Now I don't want to lose this, so I'm just going to put it on very gently back on. And now, with the magic of editing, the new cable block has arrived already. Fabulous. Let's just open it all up, make sure it's the right one. That looks pretty good. Now they do make some slightly different variations of this which don't look the same, but I wanted to make sure that I got one that was exactly the same as the one that had broken, just to be absolutely sure. So this is the one that's broken, this is the new one, side by side, looking absolutely identical. Fantastic. Right, let's get this fitted. Remove the nut. Now you've got the two cables, one for the throttle, one for the drive. One of the cables is higher than the other one. Make sure that you put those in the correct grooves, don't get them twisted. So that is the top one. Put that into the top slot. And it just slots into the groove. Just push it in and you should hear a nice little click just as it goes in. So that's the top one in. Now let's put the bottom one in. Apologies for the filming, but I'm holding it with one hand and trying to fit both cables with the other hand. My glamorous assistant is not available. Those two cables are nicely in. Now we just need to get the bolt through and the nut and then tighten it up. Whilst I'm doing that, there's a link above now about how to replace the fuel line hose on a Mountfield petrol lawnmower, because over time they do rot and leak. Now we just need to get that nut on and tighten it up. But when you tighten it up, don't go crazy, because obviously this is a plastic block. If you over tighten it, you could crack it again. So just do it nice and tight, but not too tight. Just so those cables are nice and taut. So get that nut on. Again, take your screwdriver, just lock that into place. Then take your 10mm spanner and just start tightening it clockwise. Oh, butterfingers. As I mentioned briefly earlier, don't go crazy with this. Don't tighten it too tight. That's looking really good. Great stuff. Let's just test the levers, make sure that the cables pull correctly. So that is the throttle, looking good. This is the drivetrain, great stuff. Right, let's fire this beast up. 3 puffs on the magic button. Fabulous. Time to cut the lawn. Whilst I'm cutting the lawn, there's a link on the top left about how to replace the fuel line on this lawnmower. And in the top right hand corner, there's a link on how to keep your curtains super smooth on the curtain rails. That is a top tip. And you can of course subscribe by pressing the button in the bottom right hand corner. Thanks for visiting my channel, and I hope that's been useful.